morning, good afternoon, and good evening, viewers. Welcome to the next installment of the Gillingham Giants, where today we will be finishing off the season. Yes. So you may, if you watch this video on the FA Cup, you may think, how could we be finishing the season if we were just beginning doing an FA Cup run? Well, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I am a bit of a Full Manager addict, and I had a whole free Sunday yesterday, and I kind of went crazy. And I like these leagues, the Southern Premier and the Ishman leagues. Like, no one really cares. We just want to power through them. The squad's not changing. Everyone knows the players. They were performing. I put some updates out on Twitter if anyone wants to check. And usually I would come back for the game that might secure the title, so we can see a trophy lift. I went a bit crazy and I didn't do the math, and I did the math wrong, and I won the league accidentally. I think it's because the team in second actually lost the game. Weymouth actually lost, and we lost as well, but their loss meant they couldn't catch up anymore, I'm pretty sure. I think it was this. I think it was no, it wasn't Swindon. I think it was a Farsley game. And they lost, and we lost, and we won the league. Spoilers. But we can still, for the season, we can finish it off and then look at the timeline and all of that stuff. Because we haven't done it so far, I feel like it might be fun to do that. Something different, something new. So, as you can see by our transfers, we actually did manage to sign some. We did have Kian leave. He didn't really play any games this season. All of the games he played are for Egham. He didn't play a single game for us this season. He was a good backup. He was a starter at some stage, once upon a time, but he is of the past. Cameron Day, who's actually third personnel at the club. I didn't realise he actually played 67 games. He was also a backup. He was a good backup right back and centre back. He could also play CDM, but he never really got a chance in midfield. But he's gone now. I mean, he was gone a long time ago. I believe we brought in Matthew Williams. I just wanted to replace Kian. He's not good or as good as Kian. It's just a body, and he's not getting appearance or sub bench fees, so it doesn't matter. He's just there just in case we need a body on the pitch. Same story with Joe Bennett. He actually was here at the very beginning, so if you remember Joe Bennett, he was actually pretty good for us. I remember he was a good baller back in Div 10, so if you remember him, shout out to you. Leave it in the comments if you remember him. Then we had Jack Wakely, who he actually is a starting centre-back for us now. He's gone down a bit in ability since coming here. I guess the facilities are not what he's used to. He actually did play in the Bananza South most recently, and he's been pretty decent, like, for the other teams, and for us he's actually pretty good. He's a starting centre against next to Uche. He's 25 years old. I reckon he'll probably be a starter next season unless we somehow manage to get some better. Originally, this man wanted £850 per appearance. I obviously wasn't going to pay that. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. So I was like, I'll just let him be. And then he popped up again. My scout said, you should have another go. And so I did, and he accepted $350 a week appearance. So hopefully he is still around next season and is continuous performance. You can see he was really good for this league. 7.30, we'll take it. And I think that's all for the transfers. If you want to really quickly, 5'9", 6'2", 5'10", 5'8", 5'10", 6 foot, and 5'11". Just like on Tinder, you know, just swipe. I've never been on Tinder, so I don't even know what. How do you reject? I think it's left maybe to reject. So that's what we do every time. But if we actually look at the schedule, our last game was Bromley, the FA Cup. So he said, I think in the comments I saw someone said, hardly magic if you got knocked out. Fair point. I was just, I thought it was quite magical that we managed to get into the first round for the qualifiers, because I thought we'll be getting smashed. Well, like we did against Margate, we got quite lucky with our draws, and we showed a valiant display against all the other position. And, you know, we finally met a match in the Vanarama national team, so I'm very happy. I thought it was quite magical. Since then, Stephen Oakes beat them 1-0, Jake Tones. Then, Oggy scoring a hat-trick. He was injured, and he came back to his game where he made a statement saying "let me back in," and then he was very grateful in the media press conferences saying "thank you for being back." So from then on, I was like, I appreciate you being appreciative. So now you're the starting striker for the end of the season, and he did repay my faith in him. Then we beat Weymouth 2-1, which was a massive game. because they were second, and as you can see, they finished second. That was massive. Farsley, we beat them 3-1. Shitu and Oggy scoring. Draw against Chichester, then Maidenhead. Maidenhead were favoured to win the league in the media prediction. So this is I was buzzing with this result. I thought we'd lose. Then we lost to Yate, which was quite a surprise because they were like 16th in the league at the time. So I would have swapped those results really in what happened. We beat Hendon, drew with Murphy, Towton we beat again to all the Zealand fans. Portchester we beat, Mansfield 3-0. Then we went on a spree of draws. We finally lost against Salisbury, and then we finished. To be fair, the end of the season run has been very poor, and we're playing Maidenhead to finish it off. So I reckon we'll get battered today just to finish the season off. Charonchester, amazing. We lost 2-1 to them, and Farsley we lost 3-1. Then we drew 3-3 to Warwick and Weymouth. We beat Weymouth again. I don't know how. And then we won a losing run. I think the players are just like careless now. We won the league, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Wakely and Uche form a partnership, which is lovely to see. Oggy and White up top. Gregory was injured, and then White and Oggy were playing well, so that he never really got back in. If we look at Oggy this season, 31 games, 15 goals, 8 assists, 7.2. For a player that we found when we were in Division 10, very pleased. He's 25 years old now, getting on a bit. He's still, well, we remember him when he was a Bob Ross afro, now he's got cornrows. I think I prefer the afro, but, that was prime Oggy with his, Messi, clean-shaven Messi was prime. Jaheim White, this season, 23 games, 18 goals, 6 assists, 7.14. So on average, Oggy plays better, but he scored more goals. Very happy. And then even Gregory before his injuries and everything. 12 goals and 8 assists. Good contribution. And Moses, obviously, he had that big injury. He still got 12 goals, 8 games, and then 15 off the bench. That's pretty good. I used him as a super sub, but he's 31 now. He's getting on a bit. 2-star ability. I don't know. We'll see if we keep him. We probably will just have an extra body. To be honest, I didn't notice that Spokes was this old. I thought New Gen he must be like 22. He's 30 years old. Who knew? But I mean, the ratings, I don't think fullbacks ever get rated, but I thought he's been really good. Nearly played every single game of the season except for when he was suspended. I thought he was good. Anyways, let's get into the game. Let's tell the players what they need to hear. Let's warm them up. To finish the season off, no title list because I think that opportunity already went by, unfortunately, but just to see how the team plays when we finish this off this season before the big one in the Vanarama South, which probably will be tomorrow, actually. I'll probably play some off camera and then bring you to the beginning of the season. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully we can actually make some signings. We've been given, I think, $4,000 a week to spend. So not much more than we already are in our budgets. Zero transfer budget, as you expect. I reckon there's free kicks going in. Oh, lucky. I think for next season, what we need to improve midfield, because Chambers and Bennett. I mean, we have Scott and Tones, but no one's really great. There is this one winger. Midfielder. Sorry, yeah, that's I'm gonna give him a nickname for we do get him. He is very good. I showed him before in a different video when I tried to get him. Ooh, Oggy does score his 18th goal. Lovely cross, lovely header, target man behavior. Well done, Oggy. Lequadec or something like that, I believe he was. He came from like a Premier League academy. He was very good, as I showed him before. But wants too much money, so hopefully you can lower his requirements, and I think we're going to be playing the same level as him, so he'll be more willing to join. Next season, definitely, I want to stay up, build a foundation, probably speed through next season as well, or maybe I'll slow it down to like a game every 2 months or whatnot, but we just want to stabilize, because we had rapid growth, Dylan Gavin scores, because we've had a rapid growth where we won every single season we played. We've won the league, I think. There's been no stoppages or anything, so we've been playing very well. And to be fair, it shows that there's not that much um, quality difference between tier 10 and maybe tier 8. I mean, all the players, like, we had the same, pretty much the same squad. Very few players have come that have actually improved us that won there in the first season. And even now, we still have, oh, good save. We still have players from the first season that we use as squad players. So there's not really that much difference. Obviously, if we were not if we didn't have the restriction of tool players only, there's a couple of youth academy players that come from the Premier League that, see, if they look good. They look like, there's a couple, like I suppose left back, 15 pace, 15 acceleration, 11 tackling, 10 crossing. I was like, even just those 4 stats, he would be our best player by far. And he, out of curiosity, I was just like, okay, how much would you want? He only wanted 350, so we probably could have got him, but he ended up going to the Vanarama National League team. But the fact he was willing to join us kind of made me upset. And I don't know, when started looking at all the academy players that got released or were free agents, that was 6'4" and who would like to join. There was one good one, and he got poached by a different club. So maybe now in the Vanarama National South we could start competing for signatures of better players. Hopefully we can actually start offering pro contracts, and Gavin punishes again across, and Gavin taps it in. 2-1. Luckily it means nothing at this stage of the season. I guess we'll be losing all our remaining games. I think the last 3 were L's, but if there was ever a time to lose, then it will be now. Again, just the players to run out some fitness, I guess. Maidenhead are probably, I mean, it's gonna be good for Maidenhead to, go into the playoffs strong. Jesus. But yeah, next season, just survival, as I said. Also, I'd like to thank the person on Reddit who said, I think I mentioned it in the last video yesterday, that I sound like I talk for a tin can. Well, I did some research and some looking, and I optimized the settings. And while doing that, someone was talking about like microphones, and there's specific places you should talk to the microphone. Sometimes on the side, sometimes the front, sometimes the back. With this microphone, I realized I was talking into the back of the microphone. So as a result, it sounded like a tin can. For goodness sake, come on, guys. Dylan Gavin is ripping us. Shredding. Irish as well, 23 years old. Came from Charlton, that makes sense. Good academy player. He looks pretty good. He probably would be stunned. 6'2", a bit too small. And it looks like we're going to lose the game. But yeah, anyways, about the micro, I believe it sounded a lot better actually last episode than it did. Like, if you even go to the one before that, I think it's a big difference. Hopefully it sounds good today again. And I'm talking to the front of it now, and I have the filter thing in front of it, so I'm not happy. Jaheim White had a terrible performance. I didn't make any subs. I don't want to pay any appearance fees for the sub players. I don't think any of them have any big unused substitute fees, so it doesn't really matter. And that was the last game of the season. Hopefully now we can get the season review to finish off today. I mean, there might even be maybe a transfer special this evening. If there's a lot of transfers, there's nothing. They'll probably just be included the beginning of tomorrow. Odds are there probably won't be anything major happening, because I don't know if that many more players will be willing to join. But yeah, maybe we'll see how it goes. But I'm glad the microphone situation's improved, and I'm very thankful for overnight. I think we gained, well, at least I didn't see it until I woke up this morning, we gained 3 or 4 subscribers, which is crazy. I don't know if it's like American viewers, or it doesn't really show me in analytics, but thank you very much. I think we've reached 40 subscribers. 40, if only 30 subscribers. So thank you very much for everyone who has given me a chance and willing to submit themselves to my videos. They might not always be the best, and I'm still, oh goodness sake, I don't want to, it's just, oh goodness sake. I'm still, getting used to it and all that stuff. I haven't been the greatest speaker. Sometimes when I listen back to the videos, I'll be saying the wrong words and fumbling and stumbling, but, as time goes on, I hope to improve and become more entertaining, so to speak. But I just really want to see if we can do a season review before we end off. I realize this video might be a bit longer. Yesterday was 24 minutes. Today probably will be in the same mark, but if it doesn't happen after this, I don't think it's going to happen. Sometimes in the leagues they're not actually in the game. The season review doesn't pop up like in a couple of seasons. I think last season we actually did have a season review that we didn't watch, but the previous seasons there was no season review. So it's just a weird thing with the database because it's obviously not in the base game. But yeah, we'll see after this one simulation. It usually doesn't take this long. I don't know if it's because the league is over and they have to change stuff or whatnot. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Season review, 9 emails. What do we have? Yellow cards limit. Yeah. For those who don't know, English is not my first language, so that's my excuse. Social media followers went up 119, so thank you to all the Gillingham fans who are supporting. I imagine it's just work within the wage budget, which we always do. Play defensively solid football. We try. It's meant to be defensively solid. Never ends up being that way. Entertaining football? Kind of. My contract expires at the end of the next season. Have to pray. We'll probably get offered a new contract. Repair the club's financial damage, if only. Avoid relegation. See, I thought it would be fight bravely, but okay. Well, we'll try our best. Brody is actually a team leader. I'll try to get him, like, I don't see myself signing. He's a good leader, a good fullback, so he probably will end up retiring at the club. And as I feared, Uche and Wakely don't have a good relationship with the player. I guess Gavin was a kind of ruined their relationship. Just before we leave off, can we actually offer? Oh, he's got an agent now. Thank you for the feedback. Can we offer proper contracts? No, we cannot. Well, this is going to be very fun to try to sign players in the Vanarama League on appearance fee-based contracts. I don't think it's going to be possible. And we are going to be struggling for a long time in these godforsaken leagues. If you made it to the end of the video, it means you enjoyed it, so please leave a like, make sure to subscribe to never miss a video, and make sure to answer the question of the day so that we can get to know each other. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.